You work a full month, your paycheck clears, and for a few days you breathe easy. But by the 15th, you check your balance and realize your reserves are running dangerously low. Your money seems to be disintegrating. You haven't made massive, irresponsible purchases, yet the cash vanishes, leaving zero track record of where it actually went. The natural reaction is to blame the paycheck itself. You tell yourself that if you can just secure a raise or land a higher-paying job, the monthly cash flow problem will resolve on its own. But higher salaries rarely cure financial anxiety. They often activate a silent behavioral mechanism known as lifestyle creep. This dual-line graph shows the mechanics of that trap. Notice how the blue line, your income, steps up after a promotion. But look at the red line, your spending on luxury and convenience immediately spikes to match that new income, leaving zero margin in between. You upgrade your apartment, trade in your car, and start buying premium coffee. The result is a financial treadmill, requiring you to work harder just to maintain a slightly more expensive baseline of daily consumption. Financial stress is rarely caused by an income deficit. It happens when you operate without a system designed to capture capital before your lifestyle inflates to consume it. To break that cycle, we use the 50-30-20 rule. This minimalist pie chart represents your income, divided into 3 rigid slices to override emotional spending habits. We start with the largest allocation. As the 50% section highlights here, this is locked down for your needs: housing, basic groceries, and essential utilities. Next is the 30% allocation for wants, covering travel and entertainment, a strategic release valve ensuring the system remains sustainable. The integrity of this framework depends on strict honesty. You cannot let a want bleed into a need. A reliable car to get to work is a requirement. A luxury lease with leather-heated seats is a choice. Bounding your desires to 30% of your take-home pay creates a permanent ceiling on lifestyle creep. If you want a more expensive vacation, you have to trade off another luxury to make it fit within that exact percentage. Dividing 80% of your income between survival and pleasure creates a protected, guilt-free perimeter. That perimeter secures the final 20% for its ultimate purpose. Look at this isolated 20% section. This represents your wealth category, the single most critical fraction of your paycheck. Most people try to save backward, hoping something happens to be left over at the end of the month. In this framework, you treat wealth creation as a mandatory fixed expense. Every dollar in this 20% allocation is deployed to purchase future time and freedom. It goes into index funds, key retirement accounts, and assets that grow rather than items that lose value. Executing this split month after month ensures you are no longer a passive consumer of your own labor. Instead, you become a consistent accumulator of capital. But there is a fatal flaw in this rule if you rely on willpower. Trying to manually divide your paycheck every single month usually leads to failure. To execute this successfully, you have to remove temptation by implementing a behavioral failsafe: automation. This flowchart illustrates the pay yourself first protocol. The moment your salary clears that first node, an automated transfer routes your 20% wealth allocation straight into an investment account, while the remaining 80% flows into your daily checking. This creates a powerful structural blindfold. Because that 20% never appears in your primary checking account, your brain subconsciously adjusts its spending habits to fit within the remaining 80%. With your wealth capital instantly removed from reach, the impulse to spend it on a spontaneous lifestyle upgrade is neutralized before it even forms. As this graphical checklist shows, the blueprint works in rapid succession. Lock in 50% needs, bound 30% wants, and mandate your 20% wealth transfer. True financial freedom is rarely the result of achieving a massive salary. It is the result of an automated system that protects your capital from your own habits. If you want more systems-based blueprints for your financial future, subscribe and join us for the next breakdown.